has been going on in my mind. I'm sure it is a question which comes to your mind also very often, because in the face of power and money, what are the challenges of a fair election? You know that the Nagaland Baptist Church Council has also been talking about it. They also want that there should be fair elections in Nagaland. But in the face of all the money and the power which floats around, and this is something that we cannot deny, we have to face it. But this time, your vote should go to the right person. And I will tell you why. You have to remember that when you vote this time, you will be fighting an ideology of hate and divisiveness, the ideology of the RSS. The RSS backs a lot of organizations like the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, VHP, the Bajrang Dal, which you must have heard about. And there is a new one. There is a Legal Rights Observatory also, which is a legal rights organization affiliated with it. And then the latest one to enter the fray is something which is called Janajati Dharma Sanskriti Suraksha Manch, which is very active in Guwahati. And they want the government to take away your rights, your special rights as Christians, as tribals, because they are attacking Christians all the time. That is why they are saying, this particular organization called the Janajati Dharma Sanskriti Suraksha Manch, which is active in Guwahati, has demanded that tribals should be tribals who are Christians should be delisted, and they should not get the benefits of being tribals. That means whether it is in terms of reservation in jobs or any other facility that you get as tribals, as scheduled tribes of the country. Now, if this is happening, and Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the Assam Chief Minister, he is quiet. Please remember that he is quiet for a reason. He is there to make sure that the BJP enters Nagaland gradually, because you know how he is very active in Nagaland elections also, during elections, before elections. It's literally as if Mr. Nifo Rio it doesn't even matter to him, and he likes to be subservient to the man. So if the Chief Minister of Nagaland, Mr. Nifo Rio, has no problems being subservient to the Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, who's turned into a hardcore Hindu fanatic, who probably will allow anybody and everybody to attack Christians, like you saw recently how a church in Assam was attacked by these VHP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, RSS, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, backed by the BJP, you know that, and how they attacked the church, and nothing happened. No action was taken. Why was no action taken by Himanta Biswa Sarma? Where is he hiding? In which corner has he gone into? Which hole is he hiding in? Himanta Biswa Sarma should have taken note of this, should have ordered a serious investigation into it, but he did not. And remember that what is this Janjati Dharma Sanskriti Suraksha Manch asking for? They want that the scheduled tribe status from which people benefit in terms of reservation of jobs, etc., that should be taken away by the tribals who are Christians, because they hate the Christians, they hate tribals. And that is why tribals who are called Adivasis, that means they are the owners of land from time immemorial. They call them Janjati, they will call them Vanvasi. So today Rahul Gandhi ji in Parliament also mentioned Adivasi, not Vanvasi, because they want you to just be forest dwellers and not owners of the land. They don't want you to own land, because the land has to be given to somebody like Adani And you know what is happening in that case. So now these people have come in and they are Janajati, Dharma Sanskriti Suraksha Manch. They have demanded that the center and the state governments should amend Article 342A of the Constitution of India. Now, the rights which people have got by due to the Constitution of India. And if this right is to be taken away, what does this mean? And let me tell you what Article 342 in the Constitution means. So it has to do totally with scheduled tribes. And according to the first part of it, section 1, the president may, with respect to any state or union territory and where it is a state, after consultation with the governor thereof, by public notification, specify the tribes or tribal communities or parts of or groups within tribes or tribal communities which shall, for the purposes of this constitution, be deemed to be scheduled tribes in relation to the state or union territory, as the case may be. That means the government has, the constitution has authorized the state governments to identify the tribes and give it the status of tribe. Now, in the second part is, it says, Parliament may by law include or exclude from the list of scheduled tribes specified in a notification issued under clause 1 any tribe or tribal community or part of a group within any tribe or tribal community, but save as aforesaid, a notification issued under the said clause shall not be varied by any subsequent notification. So this is part 17, official language, chapter 1, language of the union. So they want changes made to the Constitution of India with respect to the benefits that all our tribes get. So this includes, and here what they are trying to do is they are targeting the Christians who are tribals. So the Christian tribals are being targeted and the BJP is doing that. I want you to remember that the BJP has already formed committees in Uttarakhand and Gujarat to implement uniform civil code as soon as possible. And if the uniform civil code is brought in, it means that everybody will have the same laws applying to them. Is it possible in Nagaland, where you have section 371A? You would say no. But then I would tell you to think about what happened to Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir also had special status under Article 370. And first, the BJP formed a government with the regional party called the PDP. Like in Nagaland, they have formed a government with the, again there's a DP common, NDPP. There it was PDP, here it is NDPP. So there it was special status through Article 370, here it is through 371A. Now what they did was they first formed the government with BJP, and then after that they decided that they did not want to have anything to do with it, and they took away their support. So the government fell, and therefore you can understand what the situation is going to be here also now. So if you consider that, then it is of course very, very serious. And it is serious because if the government here, which is now going to, of course, we are all going into election and the next government will be formed. Supposing they form the government, what will they do? They will ultimately destabilize the government, then make the government fall, bring in president's rule, and then abrogate Article 371A for all you know, because that is how they've done it in Kashmir. They also have special status, you have special status, and if that is going to happen, after that the next thing that they will do is they will, there was a total lockdown in Kashmir for so many years. Here they might just do whatever they feel like. They might bring in uniform civil code and take away the scheduled tribe status, because they are getting their affiliate organizations of the RSS. These are all affiliate organizations that I just mentioned, and therefore the challenge before the people of Nagaland is huge. So what they are trying to do is, not just destabilize, and NDPP is quite clear about it. They can see it because with LJP coming in and with an RPI which is already also there, these are all smaller parties which are coming for BJP, to help BJP. So if the BJP is able to buy off MLAs, they will form the government, like it was an opposition-less government this time, but this time NDPP will first form the government with BJP if you give your vote to them, and after that the government will be destabilized, the government will fall, then the BJP will buy other people, and then it will form a government keeping NDPP out, or telling NDPP that you're going to be minor partners. That is what will happen. And after that, the Uniform Civil Code, if it is going to be brought in, obviously Article 371A is in danger, because Article 370 was abrogated from Jammu and Kashmir, in spite of the fact that the BJP formed a government first with the PDP over there, with the regional party. So you have to beware and open your eyes. You cannot allow that to happen. So with barely a few days left, you have to understand what the church has also been telling you. The church has been saying, and the Nagaland Baptist Church Council, which is a trust body of Baptist denomination, they had been talking about clean election movement, and they've been saying that for a very long time. So if the young people, and I want my young brothers and sisters to wake up, I want you to take control in your hands. Don't go by what everybody does blindly. No, this is your democratic right, and the state is yours. If you want the state to become better, you will have to take charge, and to do that you will have to open your eyes, and you will have to ensure that there are fair and clean elections. Don't go by what anybody is saying. Vote for the right people. Do you want the RSS to come in? Do you want that what is happening in the entire country, and that should happen to Nagaland? If I give you a list of all the churches which have been vandalized, and you know that a church was vandalized just a few days back in Assam, has the Chief Minister done anything? No, he hasn't. And there have been so many instances of vandalizing of churches, of derogating and demeaning Christians. So you as Christians need to understand, you as young Christians of Nagaland, the youth of Nagaland have to come together. The sports persons of Nagaland have to come together, because it is you alone who can save the state of Nagaland. If you want to save the state of Nagaland, ensure that you vote for the Congress party. Vote for the Congress party, because there is a way, there is hope, and that hope is only through the Congress party, because the Congress party is the only party in the country which is truly secular, which stands for Naga identity, Naga pride, which stands for the diversity of the Naga culture, which stands for the development of Naga people. You have seen that in the last 20 years, when the NDPP has been in power, and now the NDPP-BJP government has been in power, there has been no development. There are no roads in Nagaland. There is no water, not even in Kohima, which is the capital of Nagaland. There is a water problem in Dimapur, which is the financial capital of Nagaland, which is the largest city of Nagaland. And there is water shortage everywhere. Eastern part of Nagaland is suffering. Eastern part of Nagaland is asking for development. And I am happy that Eastern Nagaland has agreed to cast their votes this time to participate in elections. But I would definitely say to them that do not waste your vote. Make sure that you vote for the right people. Vote for the Congress candidate if you have a Congress candidate in your constituency. If not, just wait, and we will work out who you should be voting for, because getting the BJP in just for the sake of money is going to be big harm. It will be danger that you will be inviting into Nagaland. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be careful of what you're doing. When you cast that vote of yours, nobody will be watching you, and that you can be rest assured about. Nobody will be able to monitor who you're casting your vote to. Rest assured about that. The Election Commission make sure about it. And if not, I am here, we are here. Please reach out to us, tell us that you are being told who to cast vote to. Yes, exactly, Chalan Lushing is saying, Awaz uthabi, bhoy na khabi. Absolutely. And Congress ase, upay ase. Just understand that Congress ase, upay ase. Congress never ever divides people on the line of religion, on divisive lines, color, creed, sex. No, nothing, not at all. But if the people of Nagaland vote the way they think, when if somebody is giving you money and you're under pressure, take the money, I would say. But when you cast your vote, don't sell it. Don't allow anybody to buy you and then say later that I can buy the people of Nagaland, I can buy the Naga pride, because you're selling Naga pride if you're selling your vote. That vote is power. That vote gives you the power to select your future, to get a better future for your children, to get a more powerful government to operate in your state. You cast your vote only to make a better future for your children, for the coming generations. Your future generations will ask you why you allowed a party as divisive, as communal as the BJP to even enter your state. You might not think so that this will happen today, but it will happen ultimately. When people suffer, then they will ask you, why did you do this? Do you want people to be changing their religion? Do you want that your future generations should have to be forced to change their religion? Would you want your future generations to question you on why you sold your vote, why you sold your soul just for money? Do you want your future generations to ask you that? So this time, ensure that you go for the right kind of election, clean election, the right person, the right party, which will never ever try to divide you. In fact, the party that will bring you together, that has always held this country together. And look at what happened in the parliament today. Look at the way Rahul Gandhi ji questioned the government. Look at how he questions the government for your sake. He walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir for your sake. Yes, you have to vote out NDPP, and alongside you have to vote out BJP. You cannot allow BJP to rule you. You cannot allow BJP to come and divide you. You know what will happen? If for the sake of the money that you get, this time you vote them in, they will go into the world and say Christians wanted us, when you don't want them. When you don't want them because you know that they are after your lives, when you know that they are vandalizing churches and Mr. Modi has kept quiet. Has Narendra Modi ever spoken one word against the vandalizing of churches? Has he ever spoken one word when organizations, affiliates of the RSS come forward and speak about taking away the rights of tribal communities? No, they don't. And that is why you have to open your eyes, because Mr. Modi is also from the RSS, and his agenda is exactly what is projected through the RSS affiliates. For you to understand, for you to know it would be difficult, and I do understand that, and I respect that. And that is why I am talking to you, and that is why I want you to know that the right vote should go to the right person. The vote which goes to the right person will give you the right government. Of course, there is no wrong vote, but if you cast your vote to the wrong person, it becomes a wrong vote. And this time, for the sake of Nagaland, for the sake of the state of Nagaland, for the sake of Naga identity, Naga pride, you must vote only and only for the Congress party. Not for any divisive party, not for those who spread hatred, not for those who buy you with money, not to those who think that you mean nothing and that you can be bought off, your vote can be bought off. Do not cast your vote to those who are buying your votes. Do not cast your vote to those who think that they can treat you the way they want to. Those who think that they can make you fear them and cast your vote in their favor. Don't allow this to happen, my friends, because this is what the BJP and NDPP will be doing. NDPP, of course, with Mr. Rio, Nifo Rio is literally being held at ransom by the BJP, and he knows it. He has no say. And you watch my words, you watch what I'm saying today, you listen to my words, and you register it in your heart. The BJP is out to ensure that the NDPP will be finished. Yes, I am so glad to hear that. You are saying that you're going to cast your vote for Congress candidate, and that is how it should be. It shouldn't go to anybody else, and that you should ensure completely. Because this is what they will want. They will want that you should not cast your vote for your future. You should cast your vote for the future of the BJP. And if you do that this time, believe me, it's going to be awful. Yes, Ato Kwinka, hello. Naga, hello. Enoch Yaptumi, I am happy to see you here. Chuba Pongen, for one and all, Congress is the best. Yes, it is. Kivito Naga, peace on earth. I am so happy to have you all joining me today. I'm going to do a very, very short live today because I've been really tied up. And when I got to know about this organization called something Jan something it is called, which is out to attack, literally attack the tribals, and it's called Janjati something, like I just told you. Let me tell you the name, and this is happening right next to us. That means in neighboring Assam, and we are sitting here quietly. No, we can't possibly do that. The name of this organization is kind of strange because it is Janjati Dharma Sanskriti Suraksha Manch, meaning the tribals' religion and culture protection, organization front, or whatever you can call it. Who are they to decide what religion who has to follow? Tribals were never, can't say that tribals were Hindus, just like they can't say that Dalits were Hindus. They were never, and anyhow, Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. What they're talking about, they don't even know what they talk about, they only target people. And it is extremely important for the people of Nagaland to realize that we are headed for trouble if we don't open our eyes now. So please open up your eyes and make sure that you educate other people. Please remember that you do not have to vote for the party which is in the center. You have to vote for the party which will give you good governance, which will give you the right kind of government, which will not divide you, which will keep you together. You know how this government targets everybody in the state of Nagaland. Anybody who is fair, any officer also who is fair, will be targeted by this government, because this government is insecure, it is scared, it just wants slaves, and that is what Rio is out to do. Look at the properties he has. What is the enforcement directorate doing? Why is the ED not finding out from where he's got the money, from where have his children earned so much of money that they have all this land and everything, and every even in a sports organization he's putting his children in. What kind of nepotism is going on? And you know very well how he denied a ticket to a sitting MLA, and the lady who has been given the ticket actually called Nifo Rio her godfather at a public meeting. So this means that there is nothing happening for the people, and it is only the Rio government, or should I call it the resort government. Do check out my video on resorts, which I will be putting up tomorrow. I did visit the resort like I told you, and I was appalled to see that, all that extravaganza out there. It really put me off. So now if you want a proper house for yourself, proper education for your children, and the right kind of people who can get you the correct kind of roads, then you will have to make sure that you cast your vote for the right person. I want to read out something that Naga has written. Yes, please check some government middle school in Dimapur area. Most of the government middle school charges admission fees and school fees. Government schools are supposed to be free education. Yes, that is strange. And if this is happening, I think the government needs to answer, and the Department of Education should answer the question posed here by one of the viewers who is writing that some of the government middle schools in Dimapur area, in fact, most of the government middle school charge admission fees and school fees, whereas government schools are supposed to be free. So can you tell me the names of some schools so that we can check that out? And that means that if schools are charging fee, that it is happening under the watchful so-called eye of the administration and the government. So where is the money going? Whatever may be the problems of Nagaland, if there is a promise made to people, that promise should be fulfilled. Of course, what will these people fulfill the promises? They said election for change. Has the change happened? We know what kind of changes happened. An election for solution, then change will happen. Change is here. Where is the change? You know what the change is? The change is in all those resorts that I have seen. So do share this video, like it, and come back for more on my channel. Subscribe to it so that we can keep talking to you and we can converse, and you can give me more information also, which I can later check out, because it is very concerning that this kind of thing is happening. Yes, Chalam Wishing, I'm happy that you joined me for the second time. Do join me again. NPL says hello. Chaudhry Ankur Singh, namaskar. And in the end, of course, I want all of you to make small videos of yourself where you can actually tell people what to talk about and add to it Awaz Uthabi, Bhoy Nakhabi, and also say Congress Ase, Upay Ase. Good night and see you soon.